Hey guys, it's Carl. So this is the brand new Google Pixel 8 Pro. I've been using it for the past little while, and initially right out of the box, it looks very similar to most Pixel devices. It still has that same kind of visor design, same sort of overall footprint, of course, different colorway. So this is the new one, most distinct. This is called Bay, like not B-A-E, Bay, B-A-Y. You can also grab it in porcelain, which is white, or their obsidian, which is black. I will say Google kind of nails their colors very well. Like the obsidian black, it's like a true black. It's like nice, dark, and deep. This bay color, I know that we've seen a couple blue phones this year. I'm gonna whip out the iPhone 15. Like, according to Apple, this is blue. Like, this is a real winner here. I think Google crushed it with its color scheme. Obviously, the design, very similar. Like I said, it's just become a little bit more rounded. It makes it a little bit easier to hold, but I think most people will just kind of rock a case on it, and it does come with this bay case to match. So if you just want to grab the silicone one, once again, from Google, I think the color scheme is perfect. And it means now the visor is kind of flush to the entire case and you don't get any weird wobble. So that is the overall footprint. Coming to the display, so they're slightly improved here. So it's 6.7 inches, it's got slightly thinner bezels, and that's really noticeable on the standard Pixel 8. It's an LTPO display, so variable refresh rate all the way from 1 to 120 hertz. This is also the brightest smartphone display, so 2400 nits. It's nice and bright, great for viewing outside. You won't be struggling to see what's on it, and Google has named this a Super Actua display, and the standard Pixel 8 is just called the Actua display. I think that's just the naming scheme. And for the rest of the design, like I said, very similar. We do have one extra little sensor. We'll talk about the cameras in a second, but this is the new temperature sensor. So now you can measure things around you. You can actually measure their temperature. Is this kind of a bit of a gimmick? I think it's very useful in specific use cases. Say you've got like a baby, you're measuring the baby's milk temperature, you don't want it to be too hot. If you wanted to measure how hot your iPhone 15 Pro is, because obviously those devices are overheating, that's something that you can do. It's probably a feature that you'd use once, twice. Is it a party trick unless you were those specific use cases? It's cool. Is it something that you absolutely need? I don't think so. On the inside, it's powered by the new Tensor G3, so that's Google Silicon, and 12 gigs of RAM, slightly larger battery. So compared to last year, this is 50/50, so you'll get slightly better battery life. But the big thing around Google phones has always been the software. So Google's AI has always been improving. You've got some pretty cool features on this. You can do things like summarize web pages or even translate web pages or be an interpreter. So I was actually just in Greece, wish I had this phone, so it's super simple. Hey, can you be my Greek interpreter?
All right, let's start.
What dock is the ferry to Santorini at 2 o'clock?
Τι αποβάθρα είναι το πλοίο για Σαντορίνη στις 2?
Where is the nearest place that I can pick up gyros or souvlaki?
Πού είναι το πλησιέστερο μέρος που μπορώ να πάρω γύρο ή σουβλάκι?
I wish I had this feature when I was in Greece a couple weeks ago. Like, this would have been super handy. And clearly there's a lot more AI features, but once again, very situational. When I'm here at home, I'm not going to be translating English to English. I'm not going to be checking the temperature of my milk, but if you are the person that needs that in that specific moment, super handy. One of the low-key things that I think was very underrated was actually the support for all these new features for 7 years, which I think is absolutely huge. So if you were to buy this phone today, 7 years down the road, quick math, 2030. This phone will still be getting full updates. You'll still get all the new features that Google will announce in the next 7 years of time. All of that will be coming to your Pixel 8. So I think that's one of the hugest or biggest wins that Google is offering. Phones have just not really become stagnant, but the increase has just become so incremental that people will probably hold on to their devices longer. And the fact that this will still get updates 7 years from now, I think that's super awesome. Everything else that you throw at this phone, just because it's a flagship, it's nice, quick, and snappy. It's got stock Android, which I'm the biggest fan of. Even things as simple as themes, so you can match, say, the bay blue to your icons. Google has just become a bit better over the past couple of years, and it's just small refinements that have really made the difference. Last but not least, it's the cameras, and I feel that Google phones have always been around the camera experience, taking some great, obviously, photos, a lot around the computational photography. Once again, some more AI features to be had. So specific to the 8 Pro, you have a 48 megapixel ultra wide, 48 megapixel telephoto that gets you 5 times optical. It does have a shared 50 megapixel main, so that's on the 8 Pro as well as 8. And once again, those features like Magic Editor, you can really change the overall look of a photo. You can pretty much become an Instagram model or an Instagrammer, social media star yourself. You can take a photo with people in the background, you can remove them with Magic Eraser, and now you can actually shift the location of, say, your body. So you take a shot and you're not too happy with your placement, you can actually move that person to a different location in frame. You can do things like change the sunset, change what the sky looks like. You can almost create, I'm gonna say, fake photos. I guess you still need to take an actual frame. And it's interesting that photos are just becoming so curated, and I'm probably the guiltiest one here. I try to take very nice stuff to show them, like my Instagram feed. But a lot of the photos you can now edit that they almost look not fake, but the sky isn't that orange, it's not that yellow, it's just a normal sky, it's not even sunset. It's like near impossible to get a solo shot in front of the Eiffel Tower or some famous landmark, but you can all do it now within your phone. You don't need to have a separate app like Photoshop. It's super simple. Once again, harnessing that power of AI. There's a new feature called Best Take. When, say, you take a picture of a couple people around you, maybe someone's blinking, someone has like their eyes half closed or isn't really smiling, you can actually change that person's look since it's taking multiple photos, and you can change like their face to have the best take amongst all your friends. I think it's sometimes nice to have people in raw, natural states, and it's funny to have someone blinking in a photo, and you can always laugh at it. But if that's your jam, if you want to change everyone's look, you now have that option. So once again, really AI focused. A lot of those software features are powered by that new G3 chip. Google could not get away from all things getting inflated and getting pricier. So this is now $100 more. So instead of $899, it's $999. If you're in Canada, that's $1,350. The Pixel 8 though, on the other hand, that has bumped up from $599 to $699. That is still probably the device I would recommend to most people. You don't get some of the key camera specs like that 48 megapixel ultra wide and telephoto, but a lot of the same features. It's still powered by the G3 chip. It still has a 120 hertz display. We've reduced some of the bezel sizes, which I know people have been sticklers about before, unless you don't want this sexy bay color, because there's a couple different color options. Honestly, the Pixel 8 for me has been the clear winner, but if you are a Pro user, you want a larger device, obviously the Pro camera features, the 8 Pro is a pretty solid phone, to be honest. Props to Google. Wish they would have kept that price point, but I get everything is getting more expensive. Let me know your thoughts down below, and here's to 7 years of updates to this device. I think that's the key winner here. Peace.